following the goings on in Minneapolis. It's on in Minneapolis. It's crazy. Uh, I'm hearing that a federal judge has ordered DHS and Border Patrol not to destroy any of the evidence on the scene so that the state investigators can get access. Um, that's crazy that it took a judge's order uh, to get the feds to allow state investigators on the scene. Um, the fact that they've been blocking the state investigators and state law enforcement, to me, is proof positive that there's an active cover up going on. And the Trump administration, Kristi Noem, DHS, uh, are the perpetrators of the cover up. Um, it's also been reported that they even blocked Kash Patel's FBI. Now, what is what does that say? I'm not sure how to read that, to tell you the truth, um, because DHS is not a investigative agency. The FBI is our national investigative agency. That's why they're called the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Um, but they've been blocked as well. So there's definitely a cover up going on, uh, and we got to get to the bottom of it. Fortunately, there's plenty of video of the incident. So, as much as Trump and his DHS secretary would like to create a false narrative, they just can't. We've all seen it. Um, and it's amazing to me that there are so many Trump supporters out there uh, still trying to defend these agents as if they did a good thing. This is the second person murdered uh, by federal agents, the third person shot uh, in as little as 3 weeks. And to say it's gotten out of hand is an understatement. Um, so, what are we going to do, y'all? What can we do? Um, I don't want to say that we need to revolt, but we probably need to revolt. Uh, I don't know. Donald Trump is looking for an excuse to uh, declare insurrection so that he can invoke the Insurrection Act. So I'm putting this message out to the people in Minneapolis and anywhere where ICE and Border Patrol is uh, basically brutalizing Americans. Don't fall into the trap that Donald Trump is setting. Um, he wants us to act a fool. He wants us to start burning down buildings and destroying communities. But when we do that, the only people that suffer are the people in those communities. So listen, do not burn the cities down, y'all. Don't fall into that trap because you'll only make it easier for Donald Trump to tighten his controls um, and basically fully take over this country. Right now, he's still not fully in control. Um, I was happy to hear that Governor Walz um, is mobilizing the National Guard in Minnesota to assist in Minneapolis to protect the people against the federal agents that are running amok through that city. My question, though, when I heard that is, is that when the governor activates National Guard within his state, does he maintain authority over them, or could the president step in and federalize them and take control and basically undo whatever the governor's trying to do? I don't know. Somebody look that up. Let me know in the comments if you know the answer to that. Um, and that's one of the questions that came to my mind when I heard that Governor Walz was uh, asking the National Guard to go into Minneapolis, um, because they need all the help they can get. Minnesotans need all the help that they can get to fight back against ICE, to fight back against Border Patrol, and all of these other untrained gate guards that Donald Trump has operating not just in Minnesota and Minneapolis, but all across the country. Um, uh, there are other cities where they're, uh, you know, going crazy as well, but the protests aren't as big, and you're not really hearing about it because right now Minneapolis is ground zero. But ICE is operating all over the country. I see them even here in very, very small numbers here in South Florida. Um, and I'm guessing the reason that they're operating in small numbers here is because Florida is a red state. It's actually a purple state. But we have a Republican governor who is worthless. But Republicans have had control of Florida, pretty much past couple of decades, actually. So, uh, if you pay attention, you'll find that Donald Trump is really only sending these pirates to blue states. Now, which is crazy to me, because in my opinion, it doesn't matter Democratic, Republican, or whatever. It's America. It's America. All 50 states. It's America, and all the outlying territories is American soil. Shouldn't matter if they have Republican or Democrat governors, because it's Republicans, Democrats living all throughout this country. Um, just because we have a Republican governor here in Florida doesn't mean that everybody here in the state of Florida is Republicans, because that's definitely not the case. In fact, last time I checked the numbers, there's actually more Democrats here in Florida than there are Republicans. However, they have the map so gerrymandered that it's almost impossible for a Republican to win the governor's race. Um, and that's a form of voter suppression, and you really need to think about that. In all these other places where the Republicans are trying to redraw district maps to give themselves the advantage in the upcoming midterms in November. Um, I've said it before uh, in previous broadcasts that the fix is in, but uh, we can beat the fix by coming out in record numbers to vote. And I'm speaking primarily to the independents out there that voted the other way in the last election, and for the Democrats that stayed at home because they were unhappy with the Democratic Party. Get your asses up off the couch next time and get out there and vote, unless you want more of this bullshit that's going on, because it's really, really concerning to me personally that so many people decided not to participate. And don't get me wrong, I'm no super patriot or anything like that, but I do know that I can't complain about a system if I don't participate in the system. And participation is what makes the system work. Um, whether you believe it or not, your vote does matter. If it didn't, hell, Republicans wouldn't be trying to redraw the maps to make your vote uh, uh, less valuable than what it actually is, and the Democrats wouldn't be working so hard to get your vote. So it's crazy how that works out. One side don't want you to vote, and the other side desperately needs your vote. And unfortunately, the side that doesn't want you to vote uh, has been winning in recent years. That's why we got what we got. Donald Trump is out here every day lying, talking about prices are down and cost of living is affordable and all the other bullshit. He's ended 8 wars. I'm still trying to figure out what wars they were. I didn't know there were 8 wars going on. Last time I checked, there was only one war going on, and that's between Russia and Ukraine. And obviously Donald Trump doesn't want to do anything about that. As an American president, he's gone all hands off pretty much. I feel bad for the Ukrainians because they desperately need our help in fighting back the Russian aggression. But the reason Donald Trump's not assisting them is because he wants to do the same thing in this hemisphere, which he's already done. We've attacked Venezuela, even though we haven't sent mass numbers of troops into Venezuela, but he's talking about it. Um, the threats on Greenland, uh, incredibly stupid. Um, of course, he's backed off of those threats in recent days, um, which is a good thing. But listen, don't don't get comfortable and don't get complacent because you never know what this senile motherfucker is gonna do overnight. When he starts uh, rage posting on his network, Truth Central or whatever the fuck they call it. You just never know what kind of orders are coming down the pipeline overnight while we're sleeping. And hopefully, it's my hope that if he does happen to order our military to go into Greenland, uh, I'm hoping that that's an order our military leaders won't follow because it would definitely be unlawful. It would be unlawful on a massive scale. One, because uh, Greenland is a NATO ally, and if Donald Trump does order U.S. military forces in to basically take over territory from a NATO ally, obviously it's going to end NATO. I don't think it would. I don't think it would end NATO. Hell, just. Oh. But I do believe that. Excuse me. Hold on. I think NATO would just decide to kick the United States out, and go it without us, um, because they're starting to realize they don't really need the U.S. anyway. I'm just waiting for the day when the rest of the world decides not to do business with the United States. And I'm not wishing bad on our country. I love our country. This is my home. However, with the way things are going, and with how Donald Trump is destroying our reputation, we are definitely not the world leader anymore that we were. We don't have the respect of the rest of the world like we used to. Um, I think we're on a collision course with doom and destruction. You know what I mean? Because we can't fight the world. Yes, we have arguably the most powerful military force on the planet, but we cannot fight the world. And Russia and China, if they teamed up, they could probably fuck us up pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I believe the only thing that keeps us alive now is our nuclear arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Uh, The policy of mutual assured destruction, I think, is what's primarily kept the peace for the last 70 years or so, since the end of World War II, when nuclear proliferation became a thing. But hey, Russia has more warheads than we do. Now, do they work? I don't know. But do you want to find out? No, you definitely don't want to find out. So let's not take that chance at basically ending the world as we know it. And let's course correct and get America back on track. And the only way to do that is to get Donald Trump out of office, get all of his cronies out of office, and get back to some semblance of reality here in the United States. So we will see. Only time will tell, and hopefully, uh, you know, time will tell a story with a happy ending. That's my hope. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll live to see it. I know I don't look like it, but I'm a senior citizen now. I've been a senior citizen now for the last 5 years, so with some health issues. So but hey, guess what? We're all gonna come to the end of the road one day. So I'm not really worried. I'm not scared or anything like that. It's just a reality. So and I personally feel like that the damage that's been done to our country is probably going to take the next 50 years, maybe 100 years to fix. It takes a long time to regain trust among your peers once they felt like they've been betrayed. So, like I said, time will tell. We will see what happens. All right, so um, I think that's about all I wanted to ramble about tonight. And, everybody stay alert, stay aware, let your voices be heard. Hey, write your congressman, write your state and federal representatives, your senators, write to them. Let them know that you are sick of this bullshit. If you're in a Republican state like I am, uh, although it may fall on deaf ears, still write, call them, blow their phone lines up, let them know that you need them to change the direction that we're going in. Because as of right now, if they continue to support this 34-time convicted felon, adjudicated sexual deviant, and 5-time draft dodging coward, nothing good is going to come of it. So we got to get rid of him, and we got to get rid of everybody that's enabling him, and we got to get this country back under control. All right, y'all. So I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been Late Night with Ken. That's what I'll call it. It's even though it's not late. It's what? It's only what? It's only what? What is it? 10:05. But I'll see you next time. And by the way, if you haven't, please visit the website www.crazybabytvworld.com. Check it out. No subscription necessary. I don't, I don't do that. No merchandise to sell because I don't sell shit. I just talk shit. All right, y'all. Check me out. Follow me. Tell your friends. Pass it around. All that good stuff. Peace. I'll see y'all next time.